Hey girl, it's me, Miska Dover, author and singleness coach. Welcome back to your one-stop shop for everything singleness, dating, and relationships. And today, our topic is going to be another touchy one, okay? We touching all the cringy things, cringy but good for you things in 2021, okay? We are attacking issues head on. We are getting to the nitty gritty, okay? We have to overcome, we have to do some healing, and what better way to talk about something that I struggle with in my singleness, which is masturbation and pornography, okay? Now, these are not cute things to talk about, but hey, somebody has to do it, and I got you covered as always. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So I think it is very important to share this part of my testimony, because if you are familiar with my testimony, you would know that I made the decision to remain a virgin until marriage. But even though I made that decision, and you may think, wow, she did such a great thing, but I do want you to know that the absence of one sin does not mean that there is not an absence of others. And before making this decision at the age of 15, I will say that I was not unfamiliar with pornography. As a child, I definitely stumbled across pornographic videos and images, and I would definitely say that that was the first seed that was planted, but it wasn't really explored into great detail until I became a teenager with access to the World Wide Web and a good old Zane book, okay? And I know y'all remember those Zane books with those crazy stories, but those very vivid sex scenes. Yes, it got to a point where I was actually even skipping over the story just to get to the sex scene, trying to see what was going on in that part. Ratchet, I know. But in those times, it definitely became a daily ritual for me to come home from school, get on the internet, and if no one was around, watch me some pornography. And in high school is where I would say my curiosity peaked. My friends were having experiences that I was curious about, and I come from a fairly liberal home when it comes to sex, and so I was able to approach my mom and ask her anything, and sometimes she even shared stuff with me. Not to say that that is healthy, but it's what, you know, I came up in. And so if I had a question, I could ask her. I didn't feel shameful in asking. I knew my mama was gonna give me the real. She was gonna tell me what was going on. But as a child, that's still not enough sometimes. Sometimes, you know, we want to get in there for ourselves and see what's going on. And so that's what I did. I will say that my mom, she definitely encouraged safe sex. But other than that, there was no real standard for sex. Sex was not discussed with spirituality, and so yeah, there was no real standard. It was just make sure it's safe, you know what I mean? And so I will say that she definitely encouraged me when I came to her and let her know that I was not going to be partaking in sex until marriage. She was very encouraging, but I don't feel like she would have seen anything wrong with me having it, you know, at the correct age or whatnot. And y'all, I am definitely the type of person that has to research a topic to death before I execute anything. And I would say as a young person, I was like that as well. That's why I would always ask my mom questions, ask my friends questions. And like I said, eventually that got old, I guess. It's only so much a person can tell you. It's only so much you can ask your mama about sex. And then my mama was a real one, so she was like, don't you ask your friends. Your friends, they don't know nothing about nothing. You come to me and ask me if you got a problem or if you want to know something. But it's only so much that you can really ask your mama about sex before, you know, it's like, okay girl, we've reached the peak of this. You know what I mean? And so I definitely took matters into my own hands. And to be honest, it was also satisfying. I did find it satisfying to watch the things that I was watching. And I also just had this mentality maybe 16, 17, that, you know what, even though I am a virgin and I'm not going to be having sex until marriage, when I get married, honey, my husband is not going to be able to tell, okay, I'm going to be being that thing back, tooting it up, you know, whatever I got to do. So he won't regret his decision in getting with me being a virgin. You see how, like, I don't know, I guess it's just society and how it tells you have to be cool with this, you have to perform well sexually for anyone to be interested in you. And so even though I did make that decision to remain a virgin until marriage, I still had it in my back of my mind, like, wow, will this be good enough for someone? You know what I mean? So yeah, just a testament to how society tries to taint and twist our minds and to put ideas there that are not God-like at all. So this carried on lightly until I reached the age of 20. And when I reached 20, y'all, that's when it like kind of skyrocketed through the roof. I don't know, I guess I just thought I was grown and could do whatever I wanted to do. And so that's what I did. It went from me watching pornography just in spare time to just watching it for flat out entertainment, just hours upon hours of watching pornography. It was also at this age where I started implementing and incorporating, listen at me, incorporating and implementing. It was also this time where I started masturbating as well. And so masturbation, it didn't really come into play until I was 20. Am I supposed to be telling y'all this? Lord. Help. Okay. But yeah, it was at that time when I started incorporating masturbation. I wasn't born again at this time, and so I really didn't see anything wrong with what I was doing. I just really thought that it was commendable that I was even a virgin, okay, compared to what everybody else out here doing. I know God ain't mad at me about this because I'm up here a whole virgin. I ain't did nothing with nobody. I ain't seen nothing. I mean, in person, I haven't seen anything, but I'm good, okay? I'm good because I'm not actually doing it. I'm just watching other people doing it, okay? God, you ain't mad with that, are you? So yeah, that's where my mind was. And like I said, I was really watching pornography for hours at a time, like every night, hours upon hours upon hours, just watching it. Sometimes even till wee hours in the morning. And it got to a point where I actually thought that I was addicted to it. I had started having urges to even watch it in public, at work, on a break. Like, it was just a lot. Pornography became my sex education. So eventually I did rededicate my life to God, and I was able to see, you know, the error in my ways, in that I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm not supposed to be watching this. I'm not supposed to be masturbating. Was I able to pull away from it? Absolutely not. Even to this day, I still struggle with thoughts of it from watching it for so many years. And so in a perfect world, I would definitely have loved to been able to cut it off cold turkey. But I cannot lie, like, it has not been until recently where I have been able to draw back and pull away from it. One thing I do want to point out is that earlier I said that, you know, when you're doing that, you think that you're not harming anyone, so you should be okay. It's just you, it's just yourself, you're just watching something. But it's important to know that although you don't see the immediate effects of your actions and wrongdoings, that does not mean that it will not affect you down the line. I think back to those thoughts sometimes that I was having, and I wish that I had yielded. I wish that I would have yielded myself to those thoughts, because a few more years down the line, I meet my now husband, and I don't have no standard or good foundation for sex. It's all based off of pornography. And the problem with that is that pornography is not real. These are paid actors they have to make it look like this is the best sex that they have ever had on purpose, okay, for the check, okay? They got to get their check. So I was really in a situation, because here I am, have not had sex myself before, but have been looking to pornography for the standard of sex. Then when I finally do have this in real life, it doesn't live up to this standard that these paid actors were made to look like it was, and now I am unfulfilled. All because my foundation was not correct. So my husband and I, we are on like our 3rd year of marriage, and it's definitely been a struggle, child. This has not been a walk in the park. It has not been easy peasy. It has been hard. It has been hard for him, hard for me, and it's just something that I really regret, you know. What I will say that has helped in this situation is definitely talking about it to other people. A lot of times with pornography, we like to keep it so close to us, so secretive and covered up, and not let anybody know. I mean, not that you are supposed to be letting anybody know, but it is wrong. And so if we are trying to come out of it, the word of God says that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So talk about it. Tell a close friend. Get an accountability partner. Download software on your phone to hold you accountable. The main thing that has really helped me with coming out of it, and like I said, even to this day, I still struggle. But what has really helped is talking about it. Talking about it and getting that secretive nature off of it. The more you shed light on it, the darkness has to go, and you will be able to resist more. You have to constantly shed light on it. You have to constantly speak about it. You have to get counsel. You have to go to great lengths to be delivered from it. Just the great lengths that you go to watch it in secret and keep it under wraps, you have to do the same thing to come out of it. And no matter how embarrassing it is, no matter how shame you might feel, you have to do what's best for you. And if you really want to be free from it, those are just things that you have to do. I mean, do y'all think I want to be up here telling y'all my business? No, I don't. But I'm trying to get set free from this thing, okay? I do not want to be